Hi, poets. I'm so excited to continue doing our lessons together. I've been really amazed with all of the poetry you guys are generating. It's been amazing to see on Seesaw, and many of you have been emailing your teachers and they've been sharing with me. So well done. So proud of you guys. Today, I'm going to teach you something that poets do as well as myself, and now you guys are going to try it too. And poets, they practice using different structures of their poems by maybe reading or being inspired by different poems. And they try that structure on for size. So today I'm going to walk you through two different poems. And as I read them, I want you to think about the structure, how they're written, and what they're trying to convey. So the first poem is back on the original slide, and I'm going to read it for us right here. It's called Maples in October, and it's by Amy Ludwig Vanderwater. They rustle to each other. I think today's the day. Wind is getting colder. Geese are on their way. Oak is throwing acorns. It's time to go ahead. I think today's the day. Let's change our leaves to red. And if you reference back to this slide, you'll see that every other line, one is italicized and one, the words are written straight up and down. So I want you to spend a moment and just think, what was the poet trying to do? What is the structure of this poem? You might want to share with a family member your ideas, and then we'll come back and chat about it. So if I was reading that poem, Maples in October, I started to see, again, that alternating lines with the italicized and then the straight up and down words, the print words. And I started to think that the poem referenced in the title Maples, so I'm picturing two maple trees talking to each other, and it's fall, and they're having a conversation back and forth about, is it time to turn red? And so that's what I was visualizing. And a lot of poets use that structure of a conversation to get across a point. And so I saw in that poem an example of a conversation poem. That's one type of structure. And now I want us to reference this poem. It's called Destiny, and it's by Christine O'Connell George. And as I read it, I want you to think, what is the structure of this poem? And what is sort of that mood that's trying to come across? Destiny. Some trees will become grandfather clocks, carousel horses, grand pianos, podiums or front porches, totem poles or cathedral doors with intricate latches. Others, pencils, toothpicks, or ordinary kitchen matches. So again, I want you to take a few seconds and just think through, how would you describe the structure of this poem? What is the poet trying to do? So in this poem, I'm thinking again back to that title, Destiny. What is something going to become? And so some trees will become, and then it's a list of all the different things that a tree can become if it gets chopped down. Grandfather clocks, carousel horses, grand pianos, podiums or front porches, totem poles or cathedral doors. So it's like one after another after another. And this first stanza are like really amazing things to become. And then this last line, I sort of love it. Other trees, they might get chopped down and become pencils, toothpicks, or ordinary kitchen matches. They're the things that we really use a lot, the ordinary things that trees could become. So this example, this poem, Destiny, is a list poem. So we have these two different ones from the maple trees, that conversation, the back and forth, and then this idea of a list poem. And today, your activity in writing is going to be to try either revising a poem or writing a new one and picking one of these structures, either a conversation or a list. And I'm going to show and model for you how I did this. I was making chili with my husband the other night for dinner. And so I'm taking that idea and I'm going to try, does it work in a conversation or does it work as a list? So here is the start of my poem, and I'm going to be continuing it later in the week, and you're going to help me with that. So here is sort of my start of a conversation poem. I'll read the recipe. I'll open the cans. Don't forget the garlic. And then here's that same idea, the baking chili or making chili in a list form. Cooking chili, open cans, pour the beans, mince garlic. And again, this isn't finished, but it's just a start and showing you and highlighting how you can take that same idea, but then put it in a different structure, a different format. So today I want you to try that on your own, come up with a big idea that you want to put into a poem and try, what would it look like as a conversation? What would it look like as a list? And does one lend itself more to your poetry? Can't wait to see what you guys do.